Finally, the last outstanding test arrives, and the go-ahead is given for the animals to be loaded and moved to the Eastern Cape province.
Right, yes, it took about 3 weeks and we got the results back, and luckily we've got negative results on the brucellosis test, the corridor and the foot and mouth. And on the TB we already had a skin test that was negative, so the animals are ready to go. So now everything is organized with the state vet from where they're going and where they're going to. So everything is organized and we're going to get them loaded today.
Up to now, the process has been straightforward. The animals were darted in the boma, and all the work that was carried out was done on the spot. With this last phase, things are much more difficult. Apart from the darting process, each animal needs to come out of the enclosure, measurements taken, and then loaded onto a truck that will take them to their new destination. Each buffalo will travel in his own compartment to ensure the maximum safety to the animal. For the transportation job, a specialist game capture and transportation company was hired to ensure that this last but very important phase was executed with the correct crew and gear. Under the watchful eye of Dr. Hansen, all the equipment was checked and the procedures discussed before any animal was darted. With each buffalo weighing anything between 450 and 900 kilogram, it will not be an easy task, especially with a buffalo in a drugged state. The plan of action was to dart and load the 2 other bulls first, and then only dart Sidima. If it was at all possible, the plan was to get the buffalo to walk towards the loading area, instead of having to load the animal onto a vehicle or other device, as the light and time were running out. A lack of experience can be very expensive, and it was during the loading phase that one could see when a professional team come together and make something this dangerous look easy. With only 1 buffalo loaded and the light fading, the adrenaline started pumping. With the second bull, the team wasn't as lucky to walk the animal to the loading area, but a quick fix was found and this buffalo was on its way.
You can take that, sir. Yes, 44 and 7/8, yeah. Right, en reg voor. 1, 2, 3, yep. Nog een keer, 1, 2, 3, yep. Sails, het kan toemaken, is het reg?
As if knowing what was going to happen next, Sidima started to show some nervousness.
Hey, we're gonna dart Sidima now. We loaded the other 2 bulls, so we do the last bull now. It's nice and cool now, so I think it's ideal temperature to work in.
And the process going to be the same?
Yes, we're gonna put the dart in, see whether we can get him close to the gate. Otherwise, we'll put him on a stretcher and trailer him out with the cruiser and then load him with the crane. So we'll just do the same procedure with him.
With the last rays of the setting sun, the first misjudgment of the day. The dart missed and hit the Boma wall. Fortunately, Dr. Hansen had all his necessary kit with him, and it wasn't long before the next dart was ready.
Ja, hy wil definitief. Kom aanmeld.
Keeping one eye on the clock and the other on Sidima, the race was on to get him loaded. If something went wrong now and the light became too bad and dangerous to work in, the situation could turn for the worse very quickly. 7 minutes had passed, and Sidima was still running around as if to say, I'm not going anywhere without a fight. At this point, every available hand jumped in to get the buffalo under control as the light disappeared.
Waar is ons nou?
Maar ek 51 en 'n kwart.
Warwick. Left boss 15 inches. Right boss 15 inches. 47 and 3/4.
Do the tip to tip for me quickly.
Tip to tip 35 and 5/8. Alright, zit er recht voor. 1, 2, 3. Nog een, 1, 2, 3. Nog een, 1, 2, 3. Ja.
Finally, with the state veterinarian signing off on the buffalo, it was the first time one could see the people starting to relax.
Thanks for
Very happy with his growth over the last 5 weeks. He's grown another quarter of an inch, which is very impressive, especially in Boma conditions. So as expected, he's just exceeding everything we thought. So we're very happy he's loaded. The vets have done a great job, and we're ready now to move him to his new home. Okay, well, we loaded Sidima late last evening. It was quite a hot day up in the Bella Bella area, so we waited for it to cool down. We loaded him when it was almost dark, and then we crossed the country. Basically took us 14 hours. We had 2 vets with us that accompanied him the entire journey. We checked on him every 3 hours. And here we are in the Eastern Cape, and we've got our buffalo bull Sidima that is going to be a fantastic asset to the company, a fantastic asset to the Eastern Cape, and hopefully something that we can use to contribute back into buffalo breeding.
Dr. Folds and his assistant, Emily Baxter, administered the last bit of medication before this young giant Sidima slowly exited the truck and entered his new home at Woody Cape Wildlife.
What we're trying to do at Woody Cape Wildlife is purchase the country's top bloodlines, top genetics, to breed basically the next generation of buffalo. So we've obviously done a lot of research, a lot of scientific checking, and we've purchased some of the country's best animals, including the ones that you see behind you, that are now forming one of the latest herds for us. We're developing it at the moment, and Sidima is going to be the breeding bull for that herd. He now measures 51 and 2/8. He's just over 5 years old, so really for the age he's a spectacular specimen. He's a great natured animal, and he comes from a very strong bloodline. So we're hoping those genetics, combining them with other top genetics across the country, we're obviously going to produce top quality animals that we can then share with the rest of the industry. So yeah, everything's coming together nicely. We've obviously got more cows and strong heifers that are going to be joining him, and over the next 2 years we'll develop a full herd for him, and hopefully see some really positive results within the next 3 to 4 years.